Your presence here is far from coincidence. Within you lies a powerful energy that compels even the darkest corners to step back. Life may have pushed you to the edge, repeatedly testing your resolve, but that inner fire has never truly dimmed. You are not walking this path alone. Each stride is supported by forces far greater than we can see, guiding you to break barriers and illuminate every space you enter. This unstoppable force isn't merely part of you, it defines you. You have been chosen. Today marks the beginning of a transformative chapter. Stand firm and let the world witness the undeniable strength you carry within. Your essence resonates with an energy so profound that it disrupts the equilibrium of any space you inhabit. This frequency, forged through trials and unwavering determination, defies containment and manipulation. It has become an untouchable force, cultivated through perseverance and an unyielding commitment to your purpose. What you embody now is undeniable, a source of empowerment, a creative current, and a living manifestation of a higher will. In your presence, schemes falter, not through confrontation, but because your existence speaks louder than any resistance. Battle-hardened and tempered through challenges, you now embody a strength that commands attention and reverence. Like the steadfast roots of an ancient tree weathering every storm, your transformation reverberates through realms both visible and unseen. These challenges were not mere obstacles, but the fires that shaped your authority into an unshakable foundation. Your presence emanates an undeniable authority, rooted not in words, but in the quiet power that shifts the dynamics of every room. It is a force unspoken yet palpable, like the steady rhythm of a tide reshaping the shore. Those who once sought to undermine you now hesitate, sensing an invisible boundary they dare not cross. The glances once filled with schemes have turned into sidelong retreats, their confidence eroded in the face of your silent strength. This is no accident or mere coincidence. It is the natural resonance of someone shielded by forces beyond comprehension, radiating an energy that demands harmony in its wake. The path that led here was no gentle ascent. It was carved through the relentless trials of betrayal, opposition, and unseen struggles. Each challenge was a strike meant to shatter, yet instead, it became the chisel that shaped resilience into mastery. The weight of loss forged wisdom, and every scar transformed into a symbol of power, earned, not given. Your refusal to waver, even when the cost was profound, created an unwavering alignment with a truth greater than yourself. What once sought to diminish you now amplifies your presence, leaving those forces with no choice but to yield to the undeniable strength you have become. Negativity doesn't just retreat, it collapses under the magnitude of your ascension. The principles that govern existence do not falter for disorder, and neither do you. What once sought to overwhelm you now steps back in recognition of a force it cannot overcome. The whispers that circled, the shadows that loomed, now retreat in quiet acknowledgement of your resilience. Where once vulnerability was perceived, there now stands an impenetrable resolve, molded by endurance and faith. This transformation isn't limited to words or deeds. It is an intrinsic power that radiates from within, rendering you beyond the reach of anything bound to chaos. Your presence alone commands reverence, for the very essence of who you are leaves no room for doubt. The signs of your elevation are undeniable. You have reached a realm where even unseen adversaries tread lightly, not by choice, but by necessity. The evidence of your strength manifests even in the unseen corners of existence, where struggles take on symbolic forms. In the quiet depths of rest, where the subconscious roams freely, challenges emerge not as random echoes, but as deliberate tests of your growing authority. What once sought to incite fear now approaches cautiously, only to be met with an unyielding will that cannot be subdued. These encounters are not an exploration of weakness, but a testament to recognized strength. Even the boldest shadows retreat, not because they wish to, but because they must. The spaces they thought to exploit have become battlegrounds, where their influence dissolves under the undeniable light of your essence. Through every test, your triumphs stand as a proclamation of the indomitable force you have become. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your abundance to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. The stillness surrounding you is not mere coincidence. It is a reflection of the profound force you carry. Your presence commands a quiet so deep that even those who once sought to undermine you find themselves hesitant, their actions subdued by an unseen weight. The words they once wielded now falter, their schemes dissolving into an awkward retreat. They avoid your gaze, their movements tentative, as if something beyond comprehension halts their intent. This is not born of fear, but of an unspoken recognition of the transformation within you, a power that speaks louder than any confrontation. This silence is not confined to the physical realm. It is a ripple that reaches into the intangible. The energy surrounding you acts as an unyielding boundary, neutralizing the confidence of those who once thrived in manipulation. They may not understand what they feel, but they are deeply unsettled by it. The forces that once emboldened their actions now waver in your presence, unable to maintain their grasp. Shadows cannot linger where clarity prevails, and the light emanating from you leaves no corner untouched. This is not an accident. It is the natural outcome of the strength and alignment you now embody. Step into your potential. Subscribe now, and let's create something extraordinary. There is an undeniable transformation in the environment the moment you enter a room. The air itself seems to shift, as if unseen threads are being rewoven into a harmonious balance. What was once dense with tension now feels lighter, as though an unseen weight has been lifted. The change is not subtle, it is profound, affecting both the visible and invisible layers of the space. This is no accident or mere happenstance. It is a testament to the strength you embody, a force that redefines the energy around you without effort or intention. This shift is not a fleeting sensation, but a deeper phenomenon, rooted in the very essence you carry. The atmosphere responds to your presence as if it has been cleansed, recalibrated to align with a higher vibration. Shadows that once loomed in unseen corners dissipate as though exposed by an unseen illumination. Those who harbored hidden intentions or unspoken malice find themselves uneasy, unable to remain undetected in your proximity. People around you sense this shift, even if they cannot articulate it. A sense of calm replaces their discomfort, as if a silent storm has suddenly stilled. You are not simply part of the environment, you transform it, leaving no space untouched by the profound energy you carry. Even those who once stood against you now find themselves unable to ignore the undeniable force you have become. Though their words may never reach your ears, their private conversations carry a reluctant truth. They see the strength that defied their expectations, the resilience that withstood trials meant to break you. Their acknowledgement is not one of admiration, but a grudging acceptance of a reality they cannot dismiss. They may harbor resentment or envy, but their recognition of your unwavering spirit is unavoidable. It is not praise, it is surrender to the evidence of what you've endured and overcome. This reluctant respect is not born from kindness, but from witnessing your refusal to fall under the weight of betrayal, loss, and calculated opposition. They've watched as every attempt to diminish you failed spectacularly. Instead of breaking, you rose, surpassing the very limits they thought would confine you. Your persistence has toppled barriers they expected to be insurmountable, and your energy shifts the balance of every challenge in your favor. Though they may wish to deny your transformation, their actions betray their awareness. Your presence stands as an unshakable testament to your alignment with a higher purpose, compelling even your adversaries to concede the power you now command. There is an undeniable momentum in your rise, commanding reverence as your inner power glows with an intensity that defies any attempt to dim it. This phenomenon is not arbitrary. It rests on timeless principles woven into the very framework of existence. You do not merely pass through circumstances anymore. Rather, you steer entire spheres of reality. A foundational principle asserts that individuals in harmony with higher intent overshadow turmoil, not through aggression, but by the sheer potency of who they are. Proclamations become unnecessary when each stride, each choice, and each breath silently affirms your rightful claim to influence. Any opposition rooted in shadows finds no option but to bow in your presence. The force you emanate is no gentle whisper. It is vivid, unwavering, and too conspicuous to be overlooked by lesser domains. It resonates as a signal. Keep distance or be enveloped by its magnitude. Areas once shrouded in gloom become vacant of it, and zones once ruled by disorder transition to balance. None of this transpires by chance. It is the manifestation of a sacred accord. The calling you carry, shaped by adversity and tempered by unshakable trust, has raised you beyond any realm where negativity can endure. Even the influences once daring to challenge you proceed with caution now. Their awareness of your dominion, unyielding determination, and the shield enveloping you is inescapable. Ethereal planes discern rank, positioning you beyond the reach of any entity rooted in deceit or annihilation. This state is not grounded in vanity or the need to dominate. Rather, it reflects an attunement to the loftiest principles that shape all that is. Such authority arises from the inherent supremacy of illumination over shadow. Your elevated state stands as living evidence of that certainty. It is more than a luminous field radiating outward. It is your core nature that scatters falsehood and dissolves illusions. The deference you elicit is not casually bestowed. It is merited by the evolution you have embraced, the steadfast spirit you embody, and the tireless devotion to fulfilling your sacred path. There was a time when pressure loomed at every turn, yet what once threatened to overwhelm now recedes in acknowledgement of your transformation. Each hardship was far more than a test. It was a crucible that remolded every part of your being. Treachery, isolation, and constant inner battles were never intended to shatter your spirit. They served as the kiln that refined your core. In that furnace of experience, all unnecessary layers were stripped away, unveiling a presence that is both resilient and indomitable. What appeared to be utter collapse was, in truth, a delicate process orchestrated to strip away hesitation, trepidation, and fragility, revealing the unshakable essence of your identity. Every instance of betrayal etched new depths of perception within your heart. Those who turned on you became unintentional mentors, honing your ability to see beyond spoken words and carefully masked intentions. The solitude that once felt suffocating became the backdrop for unwavering trust in the unseen, even when no support could be found. The struggles waged in secret did not conquer you. They fortified your essence, proving your tenacity and drawing you nearer to a purpose far more profound than you once imagined. At present, you radiate with a brilliance that defies any attempt to obscure it. Conviction that once lay dormant has become a pillar so unyielding that both reverence and caution converge around it. The shadows that aim to extinguish your potential now withdraw, powerless before the radiance you carry. Circumstances meant to bring about your collapse ultimately shaped the foundation of your influence. Strength is not something you borrowed or inherited. It is the outcome of every tear, every lost moment of hope, every midnight hour questioning if you would ever stand again. What emerges now is more than mere resilience. It is victory in its purest form. The marks left by adversity speak volumes about battles waged, faith reborn, and a might that refuses to be overlooked. You stride forward with a brilliance born, not from spared trials, but from enduring each one to completion. In this newfound light, even the remnants of fear have learned to bow, acknowledging the force that arose from within you. Feel what it truly means to be chosen. You're not alone on this journey. If deep down you feel that you're chosen, you've come to the right place. Take the next step in connecting with us, unlocking exclusive content, and receiving the support you need on your spiritual path by clicking the Join button. This isn't just about being part of a community. It's about accessing unique insights that can transform your life and bring you closer to your divine calling. Make the choice today and walk this journey with us. Claim your place among the chosen ones. Join now. There was once an individual who spent countless years stripped of freedom, facing unimaginable obstacles and injustice, yet emerged guided by empathy instead of revenge. Through unwavering resolve, that person bridged fractured communities, proving that genuine influence is born from deep introspection rather than brute strength. This powerful example illustrates how prolonged struggle can mold and refine a person, granting an inner authority that surpasses ordinary limitations. In a similar way, the challenges in your path are not there to destroy your potential. They exist to prepare you for an undertaking only you can fulfill, shaped by the trials that grant you unique insight and power. From the very start, an unseen protective force has steered your journey, enabling you to overcome barriers once deemed impossible. Another timeless account speaks of a figure who conquered a monstrous challenge not by sheer skill, but through a higher sense of purpose. Your achievements, likewise, are no accident. They arise from a carefully orchestrated plan that guarantees every blow aimed at you ultimately collapses. Resources or external factors cannot dictate your success. It is the profound calling you carry that causes opposition to falter. Each betrayal, each hidden conflict has forged a warrior's spirit within, ensuring you were never spared from confrontation, but always granted the means to prevail. A lasting promise stands as your shield, declaring that attempts to shatter you cannot endure. This assurance transcends mere words, anchoring you to the role you were always meant to embody. This is your moment. Subscribe now, and let's turn dreams into reality. There is an unbreakable assurance woven into the journey of those who stand firm in a higher calling. It is not a promise of a battle-free life, but an unshakable decree that no conflict or scheme devised to undermine them will ever prevail. Instead of offering a reprieve from hardship, this covenant guarantees triumph in each challenge encountered. Strengthened by a source that never falters, it renders any force of opposition ineffective. This is far more than a hopeful sentiment. It is a foundational truth that declares victory before the struggle even begins. The outcome is already set, and no external power can undo what has been decreed. Such a pledge does not invite timid steps. It compels bold action, for each stride forward is upheld by a greater power that secures every endeavor. Consider the example of a determined individual who, driven by unwavering conviction, brought healing and organization to spheres consumed by disorder. It was not merely expertise that captivated those who witnessed this work, but a profound alignment with a transcendent purpose. No wall of resistance, no turmoil could halt the course set by such resolute dedication. In the same way, there is a promise extended to anyone who embraces a path shaped by that enduring strength. Progress is not mere survival, it is an act of conquering. Each difficulty becomes a chance to demonstrate the authority carried within, forcing even adversarial forces to acknowledge the prevailing power at hand. Opposition does not withdraw out of preference, but because it stands no chance against what is being channeled through a life anchored in this unshakable commitment. There is an unassailable truth woven into your journey, a path scripted long before your first breath. A higher promise fuels your momentum, ensuring that no barrier, no force, no darkness can thwart your destiny. You advance through life not as a wanderer, but as someone fulfilling a predestined role. Every realm, visible and unseen, concedes to the authority that stems from this profound covenant. The very essence you carry reshapes environments, compelling notice without uttering a word. An inner fire, kindled through hidden trials, radiates outward, molding and renewing the spaces you enter. It is not about the words spoken or the deeds displayed. It is about the core identity that has been refined through deep challenges. An energy, once dormant, now sets the pulse of every place you tread, dissolving discord and prompting anything rooted in deception to wither. You exist as a catalyst, a presence that dissolves confusion, leaving only clarity in its wake. Curiosity and hope gravitate to you, not because you offer comfort in illusions, but because you invite the dismantling of what is counterfeit, ushering in a purer form of existence. Those seeking authenticity draw vitality from your stance, while individuals harboring concealed aims find nowhere to hide under the vivid illumination you embody. Don't hold back. Embrace your potential. Subscribe now and let's ignite the future together. All that transpires is far from mere chance. It is the ongoing wave of higher alignment. Trials, once intent on undoing your spirit instead, became the fuel that fortified your core. Now, in every step, transformation follows. Places feel revitalized, fortified, and rich with renewed vitality. This tangible shift, born of true purpose, compels even hidden realms to yield in recognition of the influence coursing through you. Your impact is beyond dispute, an energy demanding respect from all, including adversaries. Forces set on exploitation do not bow to frailty, they bow to potency. The power radiating from you, shaped by ordeals and ignited by resolve, leaves no corridor for denial. Even those previously bent on your harm now move with caution, perceiving the undeniable strength you emanate. Nothing about this is mere fate or circumstance. It is the logical outcome of spiritual ascension. In times past, a solitary voice once reshaped the unyielding, and so it is with you. The presence you embody goes beyond altering moods. It rearranges the very foundations of each environment. When your elevated frequency is felt, conflicts subside, disorder retreats, and even secret opposition halts in your wake. These forces show deference not by choice, but due to a compulsion they cannot resist. The might within you obliges every challenger to acknowledge the glow they cannot darken and the force they cannot conquer. Recognize that the influence you wield is no stagnant inheritance. It is a dynamic capacity that flourishes through devoted effort and constant mindfulness. Each day, nurture your heightened vibration with intentional methods that anchor your core essence. Devotional focus and contemplative introspection function as far more than habitual routines. They serve as the conduit to higher guidance, reinforcing the barrier that deflects detrimental energies. Protective techniques, such as envisioning a luminous shield forming around you, repel negativity and safeguard the purity of your inner domain. Draw upon the legacies of diverse lineages, echoes of ancestral guardians, melodic invocations preserved through centuries, or age-old chronicles of preservation to awaken transformative potency. Proclaim affirmations inviting sanctified favor, incorporate revered symbols to delineate your space, and allow these acts to remind you ceaselessly of the authority you embody. These practices do not merely defend, they expand your presence, ensuring it remains impervious to any force that attempts to breach it. Dear brothers and sisters, the peace of God be with you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporary concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this gesture will come back to you 100-fold in abundance. There is a culminating insight to be grasped here. Devote your abilities to uplifting those around you. Influence flourishes when it enriches others. Channel your inner resources not for personal advantage, but to offer solace, clarity, and renewed vision. Reflecting the legacy of figures who brought illumination through selfless deeds, your mandate is to dismantle barriers and kindle new paths, thus reinforcing your standing in both the immaterial and tangible realms. When your power is harnessed for a purpose beyond the self, it becomes unassailable. Darkness finds no foothold where genuine care is freely bestowed. Each step, each choice, each deliberate action underscores your role as a guiding presence. Sustain your alignment, hold fast to your rituals of reverence, and remain steadfast in service. In doing so, your influence not only persists, but grows exponentially. As you move in accordance with your true calling, no entity, visible or unseen, can strip away what destiny has placed upon you. You remain inviolable, unwavering, and unmistakably set apart. Feel the fire within. Don't wait. Subscribe now and let's rise together. Acknowledge this pivotal truth. Mere survival no longer defines your existence. You now stand triumphant in a radiance that cannot be overlooked. The hardships, the ordeals, and every mark left behind have forged you into a presence of undeniable power. You stand as living proof of unwavering endurance and a purpose too potent to be diminished. Darkness, once so persistent in its pursuit, now bows before the undeniable progress etched into your journey. What you carry commands deference, not through explicit demand, but by the sheer force of your inherent authority. Allow no uncertainty, no faint whisper of hesitation, to extinguish the fire ablaze within. Remain in harmony with the calling that propels you onward. Advance with conviction into the role of a guiding figure. For realms both visible and concealed await the illumination only you can provide. You have been honed for a cause surpassing personal boundaries, your abilities shining as a beacon to those still wandering in the dim. Speak your revelations, proclaim your triumphs, and embolden others to stand taller in the face of adversity. This is not an hour for retreat or indecision. It is the moment to lead with resolute strength and undeniable bravery. Your narrative, your influence, and your attunement to higher purpose carry more weight now than at any point before. Reveal your path so others may understand what it means to move with such brilliance that even the shadows themselves have nowhere left to hide.